Panther 60, Panther 60. Check go. Let's go now. Ready. Come on, set. Hut, hut. Set. Ready. 60 bison. On the double. Get up. Down. Ready, ready? Set up. Hut. Ready? Go! Set! Ready! Ready, ready! Check go! Let's go! Ready! Set! Hut, hut! Ready! 19, Tiger, 19! Get up! Here we go, shot! '70 Timberwolf! Hurt, hurt! Ready, ready? Ready, ready! Hut! Here we go, here we go! Cougar 19, go! Ready? Ready? Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Check go. Come on. Come on, set! Ready. Okay, break. Eagle, 60 Eagle. Hut, hut. Ready, set. Set up. Got it. Ready? Ready, ready? Set. Ready? Smash, smash. Hut. Down. Rocco 80. Go. Set up. Viking 18. Ready. Set. Set, go. Ready, ready. 70 Lion. Cowboy 80. Ready. Let's go. Hut, hut. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk. Set up. Here we go. Set. Ready, ready. Here we go. Here we go. Hut. Ready. Go. Let's go now. Ready. Come on, set! Set, go! Ready up! Ready! Ready! Hut, hut. Set. Set up. Down. Panther 11. Ready, right? Huh? Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Hut. Set up. Go. Set. Street. Street. Ready. Ready, ready. Roll, roll. Check out. Let's go. $60 bison. Six. Set. Ready. Okay, ready. Hut, hut. Here we go. Shot. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Set up. Here we go. Here we go. Ready, ready. Ready. Hut. 70 Timberwolf. Cougar 19. Go. Let's go now. Ready. Come on. Set. Check go.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. On the return, it's Brandon Condrington. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Being chased out left. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Handoff, running left is Davis. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Allen to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
A first down carry for Davis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run. Here's the former Seminole. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd down and 3. Running it with their receiver, Cooper. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Cook up the gut. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
56.
Allen going to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive.
18 Cardinal.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Dobbs is throwing. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 42 yards. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Here's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And they'll have it. Red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
Misdirection's the key on this play. They line up with 3 receivers to the opposite side of the tight end, and they're all going to work their way across the field and let the tight end slip underneath against flow the other way. They're banking that he can get lost, and that's exactly what happened as they pick up a first down.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid from 19 yards away. And the Bills are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Hey, Trash!
Here's Dobbs to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, it's one thing to get the interception, and it was a great play, but then you saw how quickly all of his teammates, Charles, turned to find blocks, made sure they had space for him to make the house call.
And not only did they turn and find the blocks, none of them clipped from behind, blocked someone in the back. This play is going to stand. And how about what we see each and every week now? When the defenders make a big play, there's always a group celebration after the takeaway.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
2nd and 10.
To throw is Dobbs. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
That's caught out right by Jennings. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. 18, 5 in.
On play action, it's Dobbs. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Well, that was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 4th down, Dobbs.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Dobbs to throw.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Niners are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive,
as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining.
To the air, Allen.
This taken in by Kincaid.
But he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the gun, it's Allen.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Back to throw Dobbs.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Now Dobbs. And that is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
3rd down, here's Mason.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try to get the run game going. Here's Davis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Allen off the play fake.
That is complete downfield to Knox.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. On play action, Allen. And nowhere to fit that foot. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Davis running left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Dobbs. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now Dobbs.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now a handoff to Davis. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Now a 2nd and 6.
On play action, Allen.
Throw left side to Kincaid. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
They'll try and run forward with Davis. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Coleman.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2.
Allen will try to throw for it.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. He was looking for Jawan Jennings that time.
And it's second down. Throwing here, Dobbs.
That's complete to Pearsall.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
He pitches it out. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. A dump off for Mason. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Now Dobbs.
He's got Mason complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Dobbs
gets this one to use check. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
A big play in this football game. Third down and 1. It looks like they'll move things around here.
Draw play, Mason. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
Everyone understood their role on that play. Third and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Third and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
He's back to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 19.
Another try from the 19. Second and 10.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet. And they're able to move it down into the red zone.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
This ball intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. But Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity, didn't they? They'll replay that snap over and over, but sometimes you just have to give credit to the other side. Defense stood up in the final moment and came through with the interception.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.
They didn't even know that was third down. Third down when I ran it. This play right here. And I don't know why I'm off with corner routes. Seriously. Okay, the ball is in the air right now. Why am I not switched to him? Look at this. Switch that fucking leg? Bullshit, dude. Look, as soon as, I would say right here, if I switch, if it switches, like seriously, supposed to switch to the nearest player where the ball's going to. Not the nearest player to the quarterback. Of course, since there's not one player who can't play without running the ball. And right here, I had a play for a touchdown, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I know this is a bad play call. I know this. Most defenses can stop this play. That's the theme. I've said this before. I will pick plays that most defenses will defend. I purposely picked this, not caring if I won or lost, because I knew if I got a corner route open, that would be the sweetest revenge. I didn't care if I won a different way. Don't care about winning. At that point. But are players even doing this? You can literally read the left side. Nobody's getting open there. How hard is it, guys? I mean, this guy was like trying to troll me because I messaged him or paused the game every time he went to a corner route. And I said, his name is Mr. Bands. And I said, I messaged him, you're a Mr? Question mark. Playing that way? Trying everything to win and more? You call yourself a mister? I mean, like, players have no respect. I'm out here playing with backups. They need an elite team, and they need, like, oh, something's open, I'm hitting it every time. Imagine if I played like that. Oh, my God. I don't know why we live in a world where results are the only thing that matters, right? Especially in these games. Do you know what my record would be like if I cared about wins in these? I mean, somebody, please, like, at this point, I want somebody to challenge me at this point for money. At this point, I want to play a meaningful game. Like, seriously, this is getting ridiculous. I'm not going to try for nothing. And you see what happens. You cannot win games running the ball. Can you win games not using the scheme? I'm fucking proof of that. Like I've said this before, even years ago. If I could, I would hire a fucking play caller, okay? But at the end of the day, I would tell that play caller, listen, I'm not going to throw to the open man, okay? I don't care if the seam pass is open. I don't care if the corner route's open. I'm not throwing. I'm not spamming anything. I ain't gonna have. Do you know if I actually paid? Let me turn off my music just in case. If I probably paid. Let's say I paid. I'm not even gonna say like a Madden champion or something. If I just paid like an average player to call plays for me, right? Like, I don't know, come up with like a script of plays to use to start the game, whatever situations, or I don't know, maybe like download a custom playbook or something where they have every single situation. That's something I still wouldn't even do. If I'm sure I just thought of it right now. You could probably download custom playbooks. I don't know if you can. I think you can. Do you understand what plays I would be seeing? I'd be seeing nothing but money plays. I'd be seeing nothing but easy, like, pass concepts. Okay? Like I said, I'm not trying to make the game hard on myself. I'm just not. Listen, if you don't throw to the open guy and it's the only player open, what do you think is going to happen? Obviously, right? I'm leaving the seam pass wide open. I'm leaving corners wide open. You know what I mean? I'd rather throw a flat wide open. He had a wide open corner. Well, not even a wide open corner route. His corner route wasn't even open multiple times. He's throwing. He had a flat wide open. Wide open. His whole defense was, for some reason, my whole defense was, for some reason, like, I don't think I called a match. Maybe I did call a match. I don't know. For some reason, on a couple plays, my defense was covering his guys like 25, 30 yards down the field. Right? And he went to the corner route because he knew he could throw it open because he has what? An elite quarterback. Right? Why do you think a player is able to run the ball? Right? Why do you think a player can run the ball? Because they're mixing it up. It's easy to come to the line and read up front and, what do you think I'm undefeated in tournaments? I make adjustments. Offensively, defensively. I make adjustments. In these games defensively, the most you're going to get from me is like, let's say it's like a goal line situation, or I'm outside the 10-yard line. They're outside the 10-yard line, 5 to 10-yard line. The most I'm going to do, regardless of what formation they're in, I'm going to blitz. I'm going to play a certain front. If I'm really trying and I'm not being passive, not like playing on autopilot. When I'm playing on autopilot and I'm passive, I don't care where you are on the field. You could be on the 1-yard line and I'll play dime or quarters defense. Yeah, but if I'm really trying in that situation, I'm trying to win the game, not trying everything, right? I'm not like studying what players do to stop a 4th and inches play, short down situation. You know what I mean? Like, I've never done that in any game. I've never done that. I could very easily study. I could very easily lab tirelessly on how to stop an inside run on inches. I don't sell out to stop any play. The most, I won't even use fag D. Like, if he was in that situation, right? If I was in the situation that I was, if I was on defense and he was in my situation, if you want to win the game, you are forcing him to run it in with his quarterback. He has to run it in 25 yards to score a touchdown because there was only enough time for one play. Only enough time for one play. Do you not know do you not know why players win so many games? Because offensively they're playing smart. They're playing above the chains. They're making the defense defend everything. They're using a scheme, right? They're motioning guys, right? I have nothing against that. But if you're spamming something, I have a problem with it. Now, players who, like I said, at the end of the day, like, I don't know what kind of sport is being played. When I play Madden, I don't know what the hell, what I'm watching. I'm not watching football. There's nothing even remotely close to football, right? Are there some games where teams in the NFL will run it like 30, 40 times, 50 times a game and only throw it 5, 10 times a game? Yeah. But are they just using the same run play? No, they're mixing it up. They're using beautiful blocking schemes to run the ball. Inside run, outside run, gadget runs, fullback inside run. Maybe their quarterback's a mobile quarterback and they use a quarterback power. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe they're using a read option. Maybe they're using a run option from an RPO. Nothing wrong with it. What's the problem with literally using so many different formations, right? I mean, there's teams. What was it? What did they call it? What's the drill they call it? Like Alabama or Omaha, where it's a drill basically where you're making the defense. You're basically using so many different formations. I mean, do we not have respect for the game, or are we just trying to win the game? Are we just trying to win a video game? At the end of the day, like, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Very rarely in my 22, 23-year career did I face a player who would mix it up using so many different formations. Right? Here we got like the 5 move to doom, the 5 plays, or whatever. Oh, you can't stop it, you suck. Well, I wonder why. I'm not trying, right? I'm not user rushing, right? You see what happens every single time. I'm going up and down the field. I'm scoring. They get prideful. They feel a certain way about it, and they're like, oh no, I can't let this happen. I gotta do anything to win this game. I gotta do anything to stop my opponent. This is how these players are. Am I putting Fag D to stop my opponent? I could literally play bend but don't break defense. Right? Give up like a big play and play nothing but bend but don't break. And then like put heavy fronts there and just play Fag D. You'd be able to stop the run and the pass unless they went to a draw play. You'd be able to stop every single route, every single pass. Swing pass, stop. Pitch, stop. Seam, stop. Corner, stop. Comeback, stop. Curl, stop. Spot, stop. Any pass concept would be shut down when you play Fag D, because all you would have to do in that situation, like, you know what I mean? Like, these players are ridiculous. All you would have to do, like, you would not be able to score from that far out. You just wouldn't. You would have to stay in the pocket and literally playmaker somebody open, or you would have to stay in the pocket and hope somebody is like wide ass open, right? Because there's certain pass concepts. For some reason, the zones play really stupid still. Like, you know, let's say for example, defense will play like, let me see. They'll play some type of coverage where they defend deep first, right? And then a block and release route, like a tight end block and release drag route, completely brings like this curl flat defender all the way down from like in the end zone all the way down to where the tight end is like 15, 20 yards away. Makes no sense. Like, in my opinion, you just give up that route. Like, it makes no sense. The zones play stupid because I scored a touchdown, and I'm not talking about the zones being stupid because I gave up a touchdown on defense. I'm talking about I scored a wide open touchdown because a curl flat defender came down to play a tight end 15 yards away from his zone. Made no sense to me. I was like, okay, I'll take it. You know, like, you know, it's just like at that point, defensively, right? I just don't understand it. The defense is designed to stop anything going into the end zone. The zones are supposed to play, you know, deep, but yet an underneath route that comes into the flats, he comes down and plays it, leaving a huge vacancy behind him. Like, it makes no sense at that point. Like I said, defenses are supposed to play like the situation. You put a curl flat out there and he backs up 20 yards and, you know, there's a route that enters like a shallow crosser comes in on offense, and all of a sudden he leaves. He runs down 20 yards to defend something that's like 2-3 yards. Dude, it makes no sense. At that point, anybody could pick apart a defense if you have time. Like, I'm talking about stuff that I did offensively, right? I could say, hey, I'll take it on offense, but that's just ridiculous. That's just one example. Like, I don't like to shit on the game, but you know, there's so many things. one day, like if I could find somebody willing to play Madden, I could teach that player. I would rather teach the player how to play my way, but I could literally teach that player how to play like these people, these lowlifes, these scum of the earth. Like people are like, why can't you be a good sport? Why can't you be respectful? Why can't you take a loss? It's not about that. It's having integrity. It's having respect for the game. You can't tell me these people. I see their, people are like, oh, you're rambling. It's just a game. Why are you talking about this? I see players, right? One thing I like to do, I immediately look at the person's name to see if they would be a prideful type person. Are they going to try everything to win the game based off their name? And are they going to go on their mic, like as soon as they make a good play, as soon as they stop their opponent, are they going to say something and I'm going to see the mic symbol like flashing? You know what I mean? It's crazy, at this point. That would be like if a team, every time a team like got 5 yards on offense, like the stadium speakers went off. And you know what I mean? It's ridiculous enough that there's teams where you get a first down and the stadium announcer will say, first down! You know what I mean? Like, we should only be announcing shit like if there's like a really big play or a touchdown, right? There's stadiums like Carolina, maybe the Bengals stadiums, every time they have a decent play, 5 yards, like whatever, you hear the roar of the Bengal or the Panther. You hear the roaring of the cat. Like, serious? After every first down, after even like whatever, like every first down, like chill out. You really get your money's worth out of that freaking, noise. You're really trying to get your money's worth out of that. Jesus Christ. I'm like, holy shit. Right, so it's like in basketball, right? You think a basketball announcer's gonna say, like, from downtown, like every single time they shoot a 3-pointer, every single time they make a basket. Like, no, you should only do it for really good moments, like a huge slam dunk, like a crucial situation in the game. You know what I mean? Like something beautiful that happens in the game. But instead, like, I give them the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes I do listen to them and it's the music that's playing nonstop. But like, they'll be quiet, right? They'll be quiet. Tied game, their mic symbol won't be on, right? As soon as they score or they stop their opponent, the mic comes on. And I don't ever hear what they say, because it's not nice. Why would somebody put the mic on after scoring? Like, does that make sense? None. There wouldn't be anything positive. They would either talk themselves, like probably talk themselves up, or say something negative towards you. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. Like, I find it really funny too, because it's like we don't know each other, right? At the end of the day, we don't know each other. Players face each other, don't know each other. But I could judge a player's character by the way they play. Can't judge mine. I mean, you could judge mine, but like, I'm letting them get to me. But it's because I love the game too much. And players might think like, oh, you love the game so much, you're willing to not try. You're willing to, well, maybe I should. Maybe I should. If I love the game like I say I do, maybe I should try. I don't know. But in order to try, like I said, guys, in order to try, I love the game like nobody else. But am I going to resort to doing what they're doing for wins? First of all, for meaningless wins, first of all. There's some players out there probably got like, who knows what their record might be, 900 and fucking 20. They might have 900 wins and 20 losses. Okay, if I tried, I'm not saying I obviously would have had a record like that. Who knows what my record is, honestly. I don't even know what my record is. What's my record? Yeah, I don't think you can even look at that. See what I mean? You can't even look at records anymore. So why even try? I mean, nothing wrong with trying. I'm trying. But why are we, like, trying so hard to win games? There's got to be a way to... Oh, yeah, leaderboard. That's right. I'll never be in the top 100 in this game. Because I cared years ago. I don't care now. Okay. 59 and 72. Okay. There might be some people that will be like, oh, you suck. I don't care if you play with backups. I don't care if you say you don't try. And then there might be, the funny thing is, probably the least amount of people would say, hey, that record's pretty good considering the fact he plays with backups. Backup quarterbacks. Like, for the most part, never plays with an elite running back. Unless the backups just can't carry the ball. Like have terrible carrying. I will not use a running back if he's got less than like 85, 86 carrying. So if there's a team that has an elite running back and all their running backs don't have 85 or 86 carrying, I'm sorry, I gotta use that elite running back. But I won't. I mean, they'll be on the field. They'll catch some passes from me, but I'm not gonna run the ball that much. The only times I do is in situations where it would be stupid to pass. You know what I mean? For the most part, teams will only set out to stop a run if it's like inches or something. So, yeah, I'm not, I'm going to be stupid anymore and just run the ball when they're selling out to stop it. Or am I going to go to a good, easy pass concept against a heavy blitz? You know what I mean? Okay, so 59 and 72, right? How many times did I lose by one score? Right? How many times did I lose by one score? Shit, just in the 20 games, I'd say like maybe 12 out of the 20 games I lost by one score. Right? Like 3 points, like 7 points or less, sometimes 3 points or less, right? If I did better play calling wise, if I did better time management wise, if I went with an onside kick. I'm not saying, I'm saying like, okay, so 12 out of 20 games or less where I lose by just one score, and I'm playing with a backup quarterback. I'm not playing with elite like players, and they are, right, for the most part, or they have a crazy scheme, or they're running nothing but stretches, and I'm not doing anything to stop it. I'm not adjusting. Like I said, the most I'll do is just fake blitz, put a certain zone out there, and that's it. I'm not gonna do anything crazy like, fake blitz, move the line, use or some area, put this guy in the zone, put this guy there, blah blah blah, any of that. I'm not gonna run commit, blah blah blah. Shit that players would probably do. I just don't care. If I don't stop it doing my basic adjustments, I'm not gonna do any more than that. That's basic. Those are basic adjustments. A lot of the times it's enough, and most of the time it's not. But in tournaments, I know what works. Because I would never play a tournament game if I didn't have a sound run defense and wasn't sound against stretches. I'm just not willing to invest a certain amount of players in the box, or, I'm not willing to invest being weak in my secondary, weak in coverage, to do that. So, you know what I mean? And then I have to hope that the coverage I have on defense would be enough if they went to a pass. And then I have to like take risks and hope they don't run it on this play, because most of the time they will not run a stretch every single play, right? You could literally, if you do enough to like slow down the stretch to where they're not getting big, they're not gashing you. You know what I mean? Obviously, you could spread the D-line and the linebackers, but then you're weak inside. There's players who will literally run the stretch regardless. You could spread the D-line and linebackers regardless of what you do. You could literally fake blitz, spread both the D-line and the linebackers, put everybody in cover 2, and they'll run the stretch every single time. But most players will adjust to that, right? That's smart. So it's just like, you know what I mean? How many games did I play where I had a bunch of wide open guys, we're talking about backup players, on great defenders, linebackers, safeties, corners, and I just couldn't get the ball there because I have a backup quarterback, right? I don't like to use having a backup quarterback as an excuse. But I do tell myself before the game starts, it's like, it's tough when there's live bullets going on, whether there's a blitz or not though. Like, there's some times where I'm not, it's on me sometimes, I will admit that, but for the most part, there's a difference between like a high-level quarterback or elite quarterback, right, and a backup quarterback when they make certain throws. Like you have to sometimes throw them open. You have to sometimes wait a little bit, and if sometimes you wait a little bit, that elite safety or high-level safety or corner or linebacker sometimes that's all they need. You wait a little bit to think that you can throw them open, and that little bit amount of time that you give apparently gives them time to recover, right? The recovery speed. So it's like, I don't know who I'm going after because I don't game plan for any defender. But even if I did, when there's live bullets going on, pre-snap, there's so much to think about. You're not thinking, okay, who's the corner that's on my receiver here? If it's man coverage, who do I have man coverage with? If it's one high, safety comes down, obviously it's a strong safety if it's man coverage, right? And stuff like that. Like, oh, it's the Ravens, it's Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey's on my trash wide receiver. Okay, I don't know that. When there's live bullets going on, I can't know that. I have to go through my reads. And if 4 out of my 5 routes are covered, and my receiver that does not have a good matchup, I have to trust will somehow still win. And a lot of the times they do, and I'm able to beat their elite safety. I'm able to beat, their elite corner or whatever. But a lot of the times too, that will fuck you up. Because, like I said, it's not enough to know, is it man coverage? Is it zone coverage? It's one high. Oh, it's man. It's one high. You go back to pass. Looks like it's man coverage because of the way they play, the technique they use, the leverages they use, right? The movements, their first initial movements looks like they're in man, right? You're not doing anything to determine 100% it's man coverage, right? You just know that the leverage and technique, oh, they're playing inside technique. Oh, but it's not man coverage. Oh, it's man coverage, but it's not a good matchup. If 4 out of 5 routes are covered, and the only route I have left that has the possibility of being open or looks like can be open, doesn't have a good matchup, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think I'm going to complete that pass 10 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, 8, 7 times out of 10, 6 times out of 10. I wouldn't even say maybe 6 times out of 10, but they're not high percentage throws at that point. There's a lot of, God bless whoever's in this live stream. Once again, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I have a couple ideas of who they might be, but still. If I didn't talk this much or rant about the game that just happened, I wanted to play another game, but now my energy is just, that sucks. It's already 9:21. It's like part of me really wants to play a game. What do I have to, I really want. Before I even played that game, I was thinking about posting in my community posting that I was gonna like I wasn't gonna use a scheme, but I was gonna go back to, like, I still wouldn't spam plays. I still wouldn't use a scheme like these players. So I wouldn't spam. I wouldn't use a scheme. I'll still play with backups, but I'll run the ball more, right? And I'll just take what the defense gives me, because I try to analyze my games, or not really analyze them, like watch them over. I don't really watch them over and analyze them. Sometimes I just watch them, not really analyze them. But I can basically, throughout a game, when I'm firing on all cylinders, the times I run the ball, the times I pass, the times I call screen, an RPO, motion, swing pass, whatever, I'm firing on all cylinders. I'm calling good play calls. I'm executing at a high level because I'm calling a good play in this situation. I know what to do, how to read the defense when I do run it. It's tough because, I don't want to run the ball that much. I do not want to have a certain amount of carries. I don't want to have more than maybe 12, 15 carries. In tournaments, I probably average between 8 and 15 carries, I would say. A lot of times, I was just winning big to the point where I didn't have to run the ball. I would go up big, So, I will play another game. I'll make sure. That's not me. I'm not in the match. Okay. I'm playing again. It's really tough for me to. Also, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have ADD. I'm pretty sure that's part of my issue, because I will tell myself my strategy. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and then I get into a game, and then I want to be pass heavy. My strategy goes out the window. Whoever's in the live chat, don't be shy. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I know who you are. Don't be shy. Oh shit. Try not to talk too, that's a big part of it.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Northern California visits Southern California. The Niners and Chargers, off we go from L.A. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. To throw is Dobbs. He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Dobbs is throwing. That is caught and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, a 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment, so this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
Here we go. 77 Wolf. Ready.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Down the right sideline.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey,
4-3 on that one, guys.
That stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go now.
On the give, it's Mason.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, Poona Ford with a tackle there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Dobbs to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Come on, come on.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
An audible here to get a new look.
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On fourth down, Dobbs. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll hand it to Mason. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And now an audible here into something else.
Mason on the draw. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Dobbs to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Mason. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. Out of the gun, Dobbs. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he rifles one incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Dobbs. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver's taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Here we go. 60 Bobcats. Drop 50.
That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Niners are an extra point away from drawing level.
Well, they weren't messing around. First and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board.
I call that timeout just to let my opponent know I didn't miss that one on purpose. Forgot I got Jake Moody.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5
Yeah,
DBs,
let's see if
but
our
what also
opponent's
happens
gonna
then
do
when you get
anything
big
in
body
these
on the
games.
field
Like
in order
I
to
said,
insert that guy.
I
So you're taking a
don't.
big
These are
off for a little,
meaningless
and
games.
oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Don't use single back wing tight. I don't use it for the 3 tight end advantage or playing the tech.
The 48-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down.
No advantages on offense, defense, or special teams. No onside kicks, no matter what. Don't sell out, stop the play. Minimum adjustments on offense and defense. Go quick on offense and defense. So if he's listening, he should play smart.
Now it's Herbert. And down he goes.
And there's only one reason why I got a sack there. I don't blitz. Once again, when I talk, players think I'm trashing them. No, I've never trashed any player. The only thing I'll say is players are lazy, or they're you know what, but they don't suck. Nobody does. I've never said that in any video game. But players will be quick to judge.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go.
See, there's only 2 types of players. Players who try anything to win and troll it. So, oh, it's the end of the half. Okay. No, he wasn't trolling. Okay. We didn't know. I said I wouldn't talk, but can't help myself because, you know, I'm not trying.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here.
Now people think like I try because I went on like what seems like a 20 freaking play drive. Like no. I did not read the defense by my standards. I did not pick good play calls. Let me tell you, I did not pick good play calls. You can't live in going for it on 4th and 2 and whatever I went for, you know.
A nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
In tournaments, I'm probably kicking that field goal. Meaningful games, I'm probably kicking that field goal.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these
But
last
to
few
be honest, there was
drives.
a short down situation. Yeah, like I said, I'm playing big nickel.
Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead.
Like I said, be smart.
Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch.
Make it as easy as 99.9% of players make it easy.
What's it gonna take to get back
Read
on
the
track?
front, read the box, read the shell. Try to guess what coverages there are. Try to count the box and make it stupid easy.
Ball on the 35.
People think I'm trashing them when I say stuff like that.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to the
No, there's a
receiver.
cutback there.
Great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch
Players will
pass.
say, "Oh, you suck. You missed the cutback." Like, I can't believe. I mean, I'm just speculating what players. There's players that are just so far gone. They would probably tell you suck because you missed a wide open, like, you know, what? I don't know, 65, 70-yard run for a touchdown. I don't know. It's ridiculous how players are. I don't know what's going on with players. Yep. There's the one two pass. We don't use them to. And here's the difference. I use it once, right, to start a game sometimes. My opponent will spend all day long. And what's their mindset? What's their philosophy? Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And people think, like, maybe it's my tone. You know what I mean? I love the game and I respect the game enough to leave seam passes wide open. Like I said, I will leave seam passes wide open. I will leave corner routes open. Got a habit situation, I'm not even reading a corner route. So, you know what I mean? Pick your spots to not play the seams. Pick your spots to not play corner route. Oh, don't worry about defending a tight end on a seam. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. At most, I'll probably beat you one time for it. And I've used it when a player did nothing but spam it all game long. I've used it late to win. No, that was beautiful. You know what I mean? When I did that. Of course, it's like, you know, like I said, it's the same defense all game long. And like I said, I don't know these players. You know what I mean? They think I'm being disrespectful by the way I'm talking, maybe by the tone I'm using. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that I'm talking at all. People, I guess, can't talk. Yep, there we go. It's like, I could go 100 games, and I see that every single game. At this point, I'm going to judge them, like, can you make an extra point without being prideful? Without thinking you're hot shit? Like, it's crazy. I don't even celebrate when I score. Jesus. I don't know what some people might say to that. They probably say, like, oh, you don't celebrate when you score? Oh, you're Debbie Downer? I could just imagine what they would say. Like, you can't celebrate a positive thing? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, no, because we live in a world where every single player I face needs to talk. Like, as soon as they need to either mess up on their kick, right? I have players, when the game even starts, on their kickoff returns, they're dancing in the end zone, waiting for you to tackle them. First of all, they're risking fumbling the ball, because I don't even have to do anything at that point to cause a fumble. Right? I'm not out here running stretches. I could run a stretch with Jordan Mason. You should know what run's coming just from my formation. I would. I am really not trying to win these games. If I get to the 1 yard line, I'm kicking the field goal. I'm done. And I'm missing the field goal on purpose. I'm done. I can't stand these fucking players. Honestly, no respect for the game. Guys, do you know how entertaining would it be if you saw this type of football? Right? Listen, I'm a diehard Eagles fan. Do I like the tush push? Hey, I love it because, you know, it works for us. Do we need it? No. We were a better team with a quarterback sneak with Jalen Hurts. We converted more QB sneaks, higher percentage than the tush push. To be honest, a tush push is really more risky than a quarterback sneak. Of course. Right. Now I'm getting illegal man downfield, not even on a RPO play. You're seeing it now on non-RPO plays. How in the world? Not an RPO play. How in the world? Should I? I could have got picked off right there as an elite safety. What did I say? I don't have Kittle on a corner route. What did I say? I'm throwing that with anticipation against Derwin James. What did I just say before this game started? It's not enough to know what the possible coverage is. Not enough to know. Not enough to even know what leverage they're playing. No. You got to know the personnel. Who's there? Who's playing there? Some players like me, I put safeties at outside corner to stop the run sometimes. The players but I don't play with elite players, so shit, didn't know what route I had. See, I forgot the one route. You got to remember, like on that play, like I said, when I'm going quick, I'm not reading my own offensive plays. Dude, who would do that? Who would do that? I don't think when I ever played a meaningful game, tournament game, I've never read my full play. I don't think that's ever happened. Wow, I didn't even know what down and distance it was. It should have been fourth down. But like I said, we live in a world where the only thing that matters is results, not how you get them. And the only thing that matters is winning. Don't want to hear excuses. Don't want to hear, oh, this player's playing with backups. Oh, didn't read the defense one time because I didn't. Not by my standards. There's like 5 to 7 things that I read from a defense pre-snap every single play in meaningful games.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be taken down.
I'm literally just like, I knew pre-snap that corner wouldn't be open, so, But do players know that? I don't know. I think I can judge a player based off that. Oh my God, I went to an RPO play, guys. Oh my God. This is how I have to talk, right? Whether I win or lose, I'm a sore loser and a bad winner, right? Because I'm talking with a certain tone, and I apparently don't have respect for my opponent. They tell me I suck, I'm trash. I have players throw 7 to 11 interceptions, and I don't even say a thing, or even think anything about it. But we live in that type of world. We live in doggy dog world, right? Didn't know what that was. Don't know how much time it is. Don't know my own routes on the floor. Not reading the defense. Not doing my blocking adjustments. Like I said, I didn't even want to play this game, guys. Because I was ranting for like 40 minutes about the last one. I was going to say, yep. I was going to say, watch the throw be thrown behind him. Back to a single back wing pair. I was going to say, watch the throw be thrown, watch it thrown behind him. I didn't even know it was fourth down. Do I ever get a good game from my opponent? do I ever get oh, respect? Oh no, it's backwards. I have to win a game to get respect. It's backwards, right? If I don't try and I get my ass beat 70 to 20, go deep, go to a play action, man. Zero. I'm 0 right now. Keep the stretch or go deep, like seriously.
We gotta have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Take it inside it, run outside.
And he will have a Charger first down. And
I've done that years ago against 7-0.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Not one player is good so far. Not one.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch.
You know what it is? This community is, what's the word? Really bad. Really bad to each other. The community is really bad to each other. When you see 99.9% of players playing like this, you wonder why I'm never in the mood to play these games, right? I don't have another outlet. I can't play a pickup game with friends to play football. I can't join like some kind of football league where I can play, in a football game or something. You know what I mean? I can't play football. This is my only outlet to play, to do the one thing I love in life. And it's shit on. It's, you know what I mean? I said I was going to run the ball. Did I? Nope. I would run the ball down 21. If I was a fan of any football team, I am pissed off if you are not running the ball down 21 points with 3 quarters left. I literally only ran the ball basically, my first 2 drives. Not only that, my first drive, I stopped running the ball once I got down a certain area. You know what I mean? What did I do? I risked my mental health playing that game. Seriously. I felt like shit before playing that game, and I still feel like shit. I feel worse afterwards. And not because I lost, but just because of playing that game, You play too much or whatever. Like, if I'm playing like 20 minutes in practice, and then I'm playing like an hour or 40 minutes in a game, and then I'm ranting for like 40 minutes, and then I'm playing another game, you can see that's 2 hours long. And this is what I do. I risk my mental health doing this shit. And for what? Once again, if I won most of the games that I lost, would that benefit me in any way? Would I have more subscribers? Would I have, would I be making money? Would that do anything for me? Like, no. Sure, I'd probably get more respect from these players, but like I said in the past, I do not want respect from these players. I do not want anything from these players until I see one player not resort to these type of tactics, to where they're making the game like so easy offensively. We're talking about like there's no, like, I can't compare it to anything. I cannot compare it to anything. I really can't, because you can't say they're cheating, right? They're not like literally, I haven't faced a lag switcher. Well, at least there's that. I haven't faced a lag switcher. I haven't faced players using glitches. No win, no loss glitch or lag switches. But the shit that they resort to, right? If you're not doing what they're doing, good luck. You know what I mean? You have to play perfect. You have to be perfect with your play calling because you're not using a scheme. You have to be perfect because you have to be perfect in, like, because you don't know if they're going to play Faggy on one play or if they're going to bring the house. So it's like, and then you don't know just based off reading the defense pre-snap. If you're not using motion, you don't know if it's man or zone. And even if you do use motion, that's not always just because somebody follows your guy. It doesn't mean it's man coverage. It could be zone, and they could be completely fucked if you know where to hit, throw the pass against it, because they'll be completely misaligned, not aligned properly, not where they should be, the things that players resort to. Man. But it's just a game. It's just, it's just a game. It's just a video game, right? It's just a video game. We don't know who has more football knowledge than the other. We don't know who's really better than the other. But, players want to just claim they're better because they beat you when you're not trying. And, when you say you're not trying, when you say you're not doing this, whatever, it's like, oh, you're just a sore loser. Is the concept of not trying, right? At the end of the day, they're trolls, right? They win, and they think that they have the right to say whatever they want, act however they want. Have I ever acted like that? No. Oh yeah, sure, years ago I celebrated whenever I scored a touchdown. But did I ever, miss my extra points on purpose? No. Did I ever spam any play? I mean, there were times where somebody spammed something and I maybe spammed the same thing they did maybe a couple times just to, let them know. Or, it's a close game and I beat them with a seam pass, or it's a close game and I beat them on a run play where I barely ran the ball the whole game. Those are just a couple examples. I can run the ball. I can do everything. I can defend everything. I can run the ball. To be honest, guys, I could run the ball just as well as I can pass the ball. I'm a master at running the ball. I love running the ball. I really do. I just don't. It sucks when you can't have fun because you're your own worst enemy. I care too much about what people might think. It's weird because on one hand, I am telling myself that I don't want respect from these players, right? And whatever. And saying how they use a scheme, how they run the ball. But I would love to use a scheme. I would love to run the ball, right? I would love to use a stretch and see that baby go for, a lot of yards. I can't do it. Because if I do it, I'll get judged by it. Because if that's the only, touchdown that I score all game, they'll be like, oh, you only scored because you used a stretch play. If I throw to the flats a certain amount of times, oh, all you did was go to the flats mostly. If I, hit seam passes like they do, then I'd be thinking that they would basically be upset like me, And it's funny because they do these things, right? So why would I be so hesitant to do what they're doing? I've had players talk to me, Madden players talk to me about this. They would tell me, listen, if they're doing it, do it back to them. Do it to them. If they're willing to play however way they're willing to play, do that too. You know what I mean? I had players also tell me, oh, well, what are you trying to do? Like, restrict how a player plays? Are you trying to, like, you're trying to take the fun out of the game? Or are you trying to, like, whatchamacallit? What did they say? They would say, like, you're trying to tell a player, like, how to play, how not to play. You're trying to, like, you know, what, like, kind of force a player to play a certain way. It's like, no, I don't want the fun taken away, but there's just, like, I don't believe they're having fun. At the end of the day, if I played this way, I 100% no, I would not have any fun. Right? And little by little, I start to join the dark side. I start to think, oh, maybe I can use a scheme. Maybe I could run the ball. Maybe I could use a stretch when it's there and not use a stretch, like, no matter what defense it is, no matter if it's one high, two high, no matter if they're fake blitzing, no matter the front they have, just go with a stretch. Like 99.9% of players. I can literally, without a doubt, say that 99.9% that I am the only one not willing to use a stretch play. At any level, beginner, intermediate, expert, Madden champion, it doesn't matter what type of player they are, how experienced they are, I'm pretty sure they're willing to run stretch plays, right? So I'm trying to, like, how bad is it that I have to tell myself, try to reassure myself, like, oh, you know, maybe I could run stretches, but I'll only do it if I, like, read a certain front, or if it looks like the defense is giving it up to me, right? Maybe I can make a case for maybe getting myself to run a stretch, right? Or maybe I can make a case for throwing a few seam passes in the game. And then if somebody says anything about it, which, to be honest, I know they wouldn't, because, like, all Madden players know that players do that, right? That's the other thing about this. So what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I not willing to do whatever? Why do I care about what a player might think when they would be understanding of why I would do what they do, right? But there are games where there are players who are not spamming a stretch. There are players who are not spamming a play. And then it's like, if I start the game on offense, am I going to bring out the stretch? And they're going to think like, oh, he's the type of player that, oh, here we go again. This guy, Legend Killer 05, or this guy, the realest player, he, you know, runs stretch plays, right? So that's what I think, like, to start a game. I can't use a stretch to start a game. Or it's like, you know what I mean? Why do I care so much, you know? And not only that, I mute every single player. So it's not like, it's an internal thing. It's not like, you know, I know what they're saying, or I know what they're thinking, or what they're saying, the times they're talking, or whatever. I've even had players tell me, oh, well, hey, that's on you. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. I'll hit the seam pass if it's wide open every single time. I'll hit a corner route if it's open every single time. One part of it I think that it is I used to play this way. Not spam things, but I wasn't as advanced with my reads, right? I used to just attack every single level of the defense, every single area of the defense. I would have curl flat concepts. If the curl was open, I'd hit it. If the flat was open, I'd hit it. I would have double post concepts. If the first post was open, I'd hit it. If the second was open, I'd hit it. If I have a seam pass on a play and I read like too high and they rotate, or I just feel like it might be open, I'd hit it, right? So, and there was one game where I did this. I was playing like this, just taking what the defense gives me, and I was playing like this. And I had a kid message me and telling me I was cheating, where I knew I wasn't cheating, right? And I would never say players cheat because there's no such thing unless you're using glitches, unless you're, using glitches, basically. If you could somehow hack Madden like you're able to hack first-person shooters or whatever, like, that'd be cheating. But cheating doesn't really exist unless they use glitches or lag switches. And I just told the kid, like, this was when I was like a teenager myself, back maybe in 2005 to like 2007, maybe like I think it was the original Madden 25 or the one before it, because I can just remember, I know Michael Vick was on the Eagles, so obviously I used Michael Vick. I had LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, the elite offensive line that we had. I had players say, oh, you only won the game because you ran it. Oh, you only won the game because you had big plays with LaShawn McCoy, or you were throwing it deep to Deshaun Jackson, or I was just spreading the ball. If I thought the stretch was there, I ran it. If I thought an inside run was there, I ran it. If, I'd count the box, I'd run the ball if it was soft. If they were blitzing, I'd run the ball. I'd go to a play action. Never used the scheme, but if I thought it was cover 2 hard flats, seam to Deshaun or Jeremy Maclin, I would use Avant. Obviously, and gotta have it situations, my tight ends, my slot wide receivers, obviously screens to LaShawn. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun playing like that, but I still think in the back of my mind what that kid said to me, like, it stuck with me. So it's not like I used that moment or situation as the reason why I don't play like these players do. It's just like, I was a different player back then. I'm more advanced now, so I'm still undefeated in tournaments. I'm still undefeated in meaningful games. It's very easy to say, oh, okay, you just get to choose which are meaningful games and which aren't. Are we winning any money here? Like, seriously. Do I think I'll stay undefeated in meaningful games? No, because I'm not willing to do whatever it takes. And yes, I'm not the best player in the world. Obviously. Even the best player in the world right now, whoever he is, isn't going to be the best player in the world forever. Somebody will have a better scheme. Somebody will have a better philosophy. Somebody will be more experienced. Somebody will be more, somebody will have a better defense. Or whatever. I'm going to leave it with that. I'm out. I got to relax.